So as I mentioned in my previous video, you can use your Oculus Quest 2 in Unity for VR game development. And you're probably wondering, how? Well, in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to use Unity for VR game development. So without further ado, let's get started. So here we are at an empty 3D scene, and before you do anything, there are a few things that we need to install and set up. So the first thing you want to do is go to Windows, Package Manager, and select Unity Registry Packages and scroll all the way down until you see XR Plugin Management, and you want to go ahead and install it. Once you install that, you also need to install something called XR Interaction Toolkit. Now if you click install and wait for a little bit, you'll see a warning window on screen telling you to restart the editor to apply the new input system, and then you want to go ahead and click on yes. Now doing this will replace our current input system, which is the one that I used in my previous videos, with a new one that works entirely different. And this is what the XR Interaction Toolkit uses. Once you install the XR Interaction Toolkit, you need to go to its samples and import the starter assets, because that's going to be important for later. Once you've done that, you can now close your Package Manager window and go to Edit, Project Settings, XR Plugin Management, and you want to go ahead and check on Oculus for PC and Android build. And just like that, your Unity VR project is now ready to use. Now I'm going to show you a few examples of what you can make here. So we're going to make something simple, like looking around, grab objects, and throwing them, I guess? I don't know. Anyways, the first thing you want to do is remove the main camera. And then you want to go ahead and add a floor for your player. Now I recommend using a plane as the floor, but if you want to use something else like a stretch cube or a 90-degree rotated quad, it's fine. And then you want to give the floor a color so it won't hurt your eyes. Personally, I use black, but it's up to you guys. Once the floor is done, the next thing you want to do is go to your hierarchy and go right click, XR, and select XR Origin. Now this is going to be your player. And then you want to set the XR Origin's tracking origin mode to floor. Now before we hit play, make sure your VR headset is connected properly to your PC. Once you've done that and hit play and wear your VR headset, you can now look around inside your scene, which means that the Unity VR is working. Now currently we don't have hands because we haven't set it up yet, so now what we need to do is make ourselves some VR hands. So in order to do that, we need to go inside the XR Origin, Camera Offset, and as you can see, there's a left and right controller game object. Now what you need to do is select the left controller first, press this button inside the XR controller component, and select XRI default left. And do the same thing with the right controller. Now if you hit play, you can see when you move your hand, these rays will follow your controller movement. Now these rays are a part of the XR Ray Interactor component, which we're not going to use now. Now in order to remove them, you'll need to remove these components step by step on both controllers. So we need to start from removing the XR Interactor line visual, then the line renderer, and finally the XR Ray Interactor. Once you've done that, we need to add a component to both controllers called the XR Direct Interactor. And then you want to go ahead and assign the Interaction Manager to the Direct Interactors. Then we need to make the controllers visible. For this, you can use any 3D models you want, but for me, I found this free 3D models of Oculus controllers. If you want to download it, the link will be in the description. Once you have your 3D models, you want to go ahead and drag and drop those to your left and right controllers as a child game object. And don't forget to reset the 3D models position. So now if we hit play, we can see that our VR controllers are visible. Now I'm going to show you how to grab and throw objects in VR. So what you want to do is add some kind of table to your scene and make sure it's right in front of you. Once you've done that, you need to add a grab interactable inside the scene and put it on the table. And when you hit play and try to grab it, you can see that it doesn't work. This is because we haven't set the triggers to our controllers. So now we're gonna add a sphere collider to both controller, set it to its trigger, and change the radius a bit. Now if we hit play, as you can see, we can now move around, grab, and throw objects, which is pretty cool. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. I don't know what else to share to you guys because, well, I'm still learning more about it. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.